Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Okay, so Sega has decided to release to fans. By the way, I know I'm always wearing this like red hoodie thing. By the way, I swear to God, I've got more of these. It's just that this flat is fucking cold. There's no heat insulation whatsoever, so I kind of just always grab this and put it on. You know, it's like I swear to God, it gets washed and all that. Honest. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Sega. Sega has decided to release a petition to fans to, you know, make better games, apparently, right? I'll link the petition down below and all that jazz. I encourage all of you to go and do it because, yeah, Sega needs some help, for sure, you know? They need to be told what's wet and... Oh God, why am I making this video? Why am I making this video? Because I love Sega. I love Sega to bits. I really do. It's... oh God. Sega, okay. This is my ultimate wish, right? This is like so much. If this was to happen, I would just be the saddest gamer ever, right? Sega, please don't turn out like Konami, okay? Like... You've been a very like mediocre game publisher for the last like few years and stuff, okay? But don't hit the bottom of the barrel like Konami did, right? I mean, you have publishers like EA and Ubisoft, right? They're dicks, they're massive dicks, they're scum, okay? But at least they make a lot of money, okay? Konami not only is in the shitter when it comes to money, but it's also just like lost all goodwill with fans. They are in the worst possible position for any game publisher, right? Sega, please don't turn out like that, okay? I mean, well, let's talk about the survey itself, okay? You know, I took it all, and they were asking a bunch of questions like, what are your favourite Sega franchises? And they had like a bunch of Sega franchises, missed a few here and there, I noticed, but you know, I pretty much, there was like about near enough 50 actually, and I ticked about everything besides probably like 4, and those were things like Football Manager and Total War. Not against those franchises, I'm just not into it and that, but they had like all their older franchises on there as well, like Knights and Jet Set Radio. Shenmue was on there as well. And yeah, a whole bunch of other shit that I just know I love. No Rise Star. I'm pretty sure there was no Rise Star anyway. Kid Chameleon was on there, funnily enough, which is kind of an game, I thought. But yeah, and then they asked you to like provide a paragraph for everyone you ticked. I saw that, I was like, no way. But yeah, they asked you questions like, oh God, probably one of the, you know what the main focus of this survey was from like doing it, okay? They asked a lot of questions about mobile gaming, okay? They asked like, would you play mobile games and stuff, or more specifically, why don't you play mobile games and that, and what differs mobile gaming from consoles and all that, okay? Just reading through that got me extremely worried, because it's really just sounding like they're trying to double down on it, okay? That it's going to be like mobile-centric and all that, and I really thought the mobile phase was dying down there, right? I don't know if it's still like that in Japan, but over here, you know, like mobile gaming, it's not really as dominant, or at least it's not like in our sort of like little playground, you know, like a few years ago there, you had a lot of publishers like coming out with just random shite mobile games based off their popular franchises. Like, who remembers Breath of Fire 6? That pissed off a lot of people, I remember, you know, because it's exactly the fucking wrong way to go about mobile gaming, right? You don't take a beloved franchise that the world hasn't seen for years and just shove out a mobile game and hope people will play it, because they won't fucking play it. They'll be annoyed to fuck because only fans of the franchise are gonna give a shit. Your Candy Crush people, your Angry Birds people. Is Angry Birds even a thing anymore? I don't hear that talked about in here. But yeah, they're not gonna give a shit about Breath of Fire 6. They don't know what the fuck Breath of Fire is. They're just gonna see some random weird JRPG, Japanese like phone game, and they're gonna have the exact same reaction to it if they just with any other JRPG, which is they won't care, okay? Like Sega, Sonic Runners, you know? You done fucked up with that one. Who gave a shit about that? Your fucking free-to-play game, it was awful. Don't. See, like, I kind of tried to point that out when I was filling out the survey, right? I kept trying to say, okay, when it comes to mobile games, you can have a mobile division, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a mobile division if you're a big name publisher, right? But don't expect the two markets to collide. You gotta treat your mobile division separate from your fucking hardcore gamer division, right? And the whole theme of the survey was apparently to make better games, okay? Sega, you can make better games, okay? I've said this like, I think it was like a year ago. I did like a similar video to this, which again, I guess I'll link, you know? And it's, what I said back then was, I hope this is what I said back then, I don't come off making hypocritical, but I was basically saying, Sega, you can make good games, you just don't, you just choose not to, you know? Like, okay, let's think of some examples, right? When did you last make a good Sonic game? Okay? What's coming out right now? Sonic Boom Fire and Ice and Sonic Dash 2 Sonic Boom. There is the 15th anniversary game coming out, but we've no guarantee that that's going to be good yet. You got that new, like, okay, let's talk about Valkyria Chronicles, okay? This is going to be fun, right? Okay, Valkyria Chronicle fans all around the world show you how dedicated they are by buying the digital re-release on Steam, which was a kind of half-hours PC port, really, right? But it gets to like the top of Steam, surprises you, which you admitted to, surprised the shit out of you, even though Valkyria Chronicles fans should be really pissed off at you because you didn't localize Valkyria Chronicles 3, okay? Fast forward a wee bit, and what do? You announce like a spin-off Valkyria Chronicles game starring some lassie with a gun and a white frilly dress with ribbons and stuff. Seriously, you seen the gameplay for that new Valkyria Chronicles game? I actually don't think it looks that bad, but that girl in that dress throws me off so much. I'm like, why is this like this? But, okay, you released that, a lot of fans are upset, again, as they should, okay? But what do? Do you say that you're going to localize Valkyria Chronicles 3? Do you say you're even going to localize this new game in the hopes that some more open-minded fans will grow attached to it? No, you re-release the original again for the PS4, okay? We are gonna get Valkyria Chronicles 1 for the PS4, okay? That's shite, that is so shite, right? Why can't it be like a Valkyria Chronicles collection? At least put 2 in there. At least give us a HD version of 2. And throw in 3 for good measure, because, you know, Valkyria Chronicles has fans, as you now know. So that's not even making new games, that's just like making people happy, you know? Like, you could thrive off that so much, like I said last year, you know, like Shenmue 1 and 2 HD. You could do that. It's so easy for you to do that, and it would make so many people happy. Okay, you just have to pull a random fucking franchise, right? And just throw it out there. It can be digital download, and people will flip. Okay, new Streets of Rage. You know, like this is, like I know, like it's probably you can probably look at this fairly cynically and say all they have to do is rely on their past. You know, and to that I would get where you're coming from when you're saying that. You know, obviously you want a publisher to try new things and all that. But really, with the position that Sega's in the now, and like the image that they have, going back to the past is the easiest, quickest way they could get like the goodwill of like their old fans and whatnot back in. That, of course, making the games good, which again, I know they are good at, you know? Some Sonic games the quality of some Sonic games may disagree with that statement, but that's what I believe, it genuinely is. So, in conclusion, what was I even talking about? I just filled out that survey and I really just felt like ranting about this, you know? It was just, I really love that company, guys. They're going to be my favourite company probably until the day I die, okay? They've provided way too many happy memories for me, way too many great experiences, and like, probably more experiences to come, honestly. Like, I've still to play Yakuza 5, I've finally downloaded that, which was digital only, which I didn't like, Sega. But yeah, seriously, Sega, just I can't tell you what to do. I could say go bring back this franchise or whatever. Really, this survey, it was almost like the fact that you're putting out the survey is just a means to get back in good with us, right? And I won't fall for that, seriously. I remember when Konami went to shit and they cancelled like PT and brought out the Silent Hill pachinko machine, you know? Shortly after that, they released a petition with all their like old stuff on it, and I saw some people getting happy. It's like, oh, Konami's listening to new. They haven't done anything, you know? They just released it. It's like, oh, it's a survey and they talk about Sunset Riders. Oh, it's the Konami I love. No, it's not. It's just, yeah. Don't be like Konami, Sega. In fact, that's what I'll call this video, right? Sega, please do not become the next Konami, right? Same with like Capcom and stuff, you know, like don't sink to that level, right? Let that be the bad example of the Japanese video game market, right? Konami is the worst of the worst. I don't see it getting any. I don't think any company will be willingly able to get any worse than that. Just don't be Konami. Just don't be Konami, Sega. Okay, that's that. End of rant. See you.